I'm Angella Sharp, and welcome to the Daily Mix. I hope you had a wonderful weekend. You know, something we sometimes do on the show is something called Angella's Adventures. And a lot of times those are things that are sent in to us, but most of the time it's a group project. Producers, videographers, station supervisors, myself, we kind of figure out what I'm gonna do. But you know, I do live my life and I'm just Angella, and sometimes fun just finds me. And this weekend, that's exactly what happened. Chelsea DeNofa is a professional drifter, and he was at America Center, you know, showing off drifting with Vaughn Gittin Jr. And on Friday night, he was a little bored and he decided to come out to Worldwide Technology Raceway. I also work there doing some of their social media with them. So I happened to be there, he was there, and yeah, he took me drifting. How excitingly fun is that? But don't worry, I was able to grab a couple videos from some fans in the stands, and I took a little clip before I left. So I want to show you what I got to do this weekend.
We're out here, you're with the Fun Havers. You're about to hop in for a ride with Chelsea DeNofa and the Mustang RTR, so go ahead, have fun.
I'm so excited. Okay, what do I have to do, right here? Okay.
Daylight.
Oh, I bet, yeah. Oh, he gave you daylight. Look at that.
There we go. There we go. Enjoy.
Okay, I'm all strapped in. Chelsea, don't kill me.
I'll try my best, huh?
No, thank you.
I have to tell you what an awesome experience that was. So I have to thank Chelsea DeNofa, Cody, who was actually the one who got me hooked up to ride in the car, and all the Fun Havers for letting me have some fun. It's so impressive to watch them do that from the inside. First of all, you're going so fast, you're going so close to the wall, but they're, you know, doing some e-brake, they're shifting, there's a lot going on that he has to do in order to do that. Amazing time. You know what else was an amazing time? Cardinals are back, and we just had opening day last week. What a fun day that was. Opening day was great, and although they didn't encourage people to come out, they did have stuff to do for people who did come out. They had an outside party, which was hosted, of course, by Todd Thomas, who has been with the Cardinals as their MC for 25 years. That is amazing, and I love that kind of loyalty. So you can tell that people were out there having a good time. They also had a place inside Ballpark Village where people could buy tickets and kind of watch all the fun that was going to be happening from inside there. And so it was just kind of nice to see what I like to call the red light at the end of the tunnel, because you could see that people were just having a good time, enjoying themselves. Mostly socially distant, but a lot of the mask came off when beer's involved, right? That's kind of how it works here. But there was a great time out there, so I'm just so happy to see a baseball back. And it's very exciting that the Cardinals are on their way. And just in time for the start of baseball season, two St. Louis favorites have teamed up for a unique take on a ballpark favorite. All right? This is one of my favorites. So what do you get when you pair Steve's hot dogs with my all-time favorite fast food, Lion's Choice? You get a home run hot dog, literally. Steve's Hot Dogs has taken their famous all-beef hot dog and wrapped it in a Lion's Choice roast beef, topped with creamy cheddar cheese and Lion's Choice's famous seasoning. I swear I could put that seasoning on anything and it makes it better. And to add a little crunch, they've topped it with Lion's Choice's new house-made potato chips. I didn't know they had potato chips. Now I need to go get those. And while this definitely sounds like a home run, it's only going to be out for a limited time. So don't wait. The home run hot dog is available at Steve's Hot Dogs in Tower Grove East through April 21st. For hours, directions, check out Steve's Hot Dogs, STL.com. I just can't talk about how much I love Lion's Choice, but seriously, their seasoning, I will buy it and I take it home and I put it on like chicken and I put it on whatever I'm eating. Now that I know they have chips, I'm gonna go there. Well, I mean, if I'm gonna go there anyway, I might just get a whole Lions choice. Later on in the show, I have Coach Jeff Hunt from the St. Louis Bandits football team. That's right, you guys. Football is back in St. Louis. It's an arena football team. He's gonna tell us everything we need to know so we can watch the first game on Saturday. Let's get started on the Daily Mix. Next week, a new mayor will take over the city of St. Louis. Treasurer Tishaura Jones made history last week when she was elected the city's first African-American female mayor. But she didn't just make history once. She's actually making history twice because as mayor, she'll join Comptroller Darlene Greene and Board of Aldermen President Lewis Reed on the board of E&A, making it the first time in history that all three members of the board are African American. So that's pretty impressive. Not even 24 hours after her historic win, Mayor-elect Jones met with outgoing Mayor Lyda Krewson. After their private meeting, Jones met with reporters in the City Hall Rotunda to ask questions and talk about top priorities as she prepares to transition to the mayor's office. She won the election with about 52% of the vote. Here's what she had to say shortly after the votes were in.
Throughout this campaign, my team and I have laid out a bold agenda to move our city forward and to prepare us for the realities we're facing in the 21st century, to restore peace, security, and prosperity to every neighborhood in our city. Maya Angelou also most famously said, "My mission in life is not merely to survive, but to thrive, and to do so with some compassion, some passion, some humor, and some style." As a city, we've been surviving. We've suffered disinvestment, decades of violence, broken promises from our city's leaders who have bowed to the wills of special interests and insider dealings. It's time for St. Louis to thrive. It's time for St. Louis to thrive. It's time to bring a breath of fresh air to our neighborhoods. I will lead with compassion, intention, a bit of humor, and yes, I hope you get to see a bit of my style.
You can see more of Mayor-elect Jones' speech from election night on our YouTube channel. STL TV had live coverage throughout the night. If you missed it, you should probably check it out. There were some great interviews going into some of the most important topics on voters' minds, plus live updates and interviews from the mayoral candidates' watch parties. There's a lot of great stuff there, so it's definitely worth the watch, even though you already know who won. Beyond Housing recently announced a new initiative called Once and for All. Their goal is to create a stronger, more equitable, and prosperous St. Louis for all by addressing high levels of poverty and disparities in underserved communities. They're kicking off the campaign with a series of videos called Dear Lou. The series will serve as a rally cry for people to come together and address the region's greatest challenges. St. Louisans are encouraged to post their own Dear Lou letters or videos on social media with the hashtag Dear Lou. You can learn more about this initiative at onceandforall.com. The St. Louis Jewish Book Festival kicks off a spring virtual pop-up this weekend. Enjoy a colorful group of author presentations from the comfort of your own home. Broadcaster Don Marsh will be headlining the 4-night event with an interview by Karen Foss and discussions about their latest crime novel. Each night, a new author will be featured along with guest interviews and Q&As. The Jewish Book Festival is now in its 42nd year and has been nationally recognized for both its excellence and size, attracting more than 10,000 people each year. This year's home edition runs April 18th through the 21st. To To learn more and purchase a virtual pass, visit stljewishbookfestival.org. Cinema St. Louis's 14th Annual QFest also kicks off this weekend. The St. Louis-based LGBTQ Film Festival will be bringing an electric array of 24 films, and most of them will include introductions and Q&As. All of the programs will be virtual and available for streaming anytime during the festival. You can stay home and get your Q on starting this Friday, April 16th. The festival runs through Sunday, April 25th. For a full schedule of screenings, trailers, tickets, and more, visit cinemastlouis.org/QFest. Among the films being featured at this year's festival is P.S. Burn This Letter Please, inspired by a 60-year-old box of letters. It's kind of an interesting that you have a box of letters from 60 years ago. Take a look.
The best thing about history is to be able to go back in the past to discover yourself. And the great difficulty for we who are marginalized is you look at what is purported to be history and we are invisible, we don't exist.
So to find a catch of letters like this by a group of drag queens talking about their life is really quite extraordinary.
We felt like sisters. Well, sisters that were really brothers to the public. I told them every little thing that I did. It was all letter writing.
Dear Reno, Saturday night I decided to go to the Cork. New York is very hot. Cops all over. They have to be careful.
You'd be taken to jail and charged with some kind of obscenity laws.
I worked in a drag club secretly on weekends.
It was the place to go.
Liz Taylor, Warren Beatty.
The Kennedys came in.
There was a lot of money to be made, but it was illicit money. So who does that? The mafia.
Actually, the reality is, it was no mafia. There were no impersonators. And this is me. I'm naked here. Don't turn me over.
When you talk about people who are attracted to drag, then you are really talking about bravery because you're talking about people who are refusing to hide who they are.
We were as close to being female as you could get. They shipped me to a place called Bellevue.
We thought we were doing it for ourselves. We didn't realize that we were doing it for the next generations.
I believe in us getting our rights, or else I would not be out there fighting for our rights.
This is real gay history in black and white.
What is so interesting about that is that that was based off letters from 60 years ago. So kind of interesting. Now I am joined by my guest. I have Coach Jeff Hunt from the Bandits. How are you doing, Jeff?
I'm doing great. Thank you guys for having me on.
Well, thanks for being here. Can you fill everybody in who maybe hasn't heard yet? What are the Bandits?
We're an arena football team from the American Arena League, and we're excited for Saturday.
Okay, so let's kind of back up here. How is arena football different than the football the people watched on Sunday?
Well, our league is different. You know, it's a fast-paced, high-scoring. You have 8-on-8 on both sides. Actually, all three phases, including special teams. It's just a very fast game, high-scoring. Both teams try to see who makes least mistakes and who can score the most points.
And you have your first game at the Family Arena this coming Saturday. How excited are you for that?
We're pumped. We're ready. We had a long training camp. We had a couple of injuries, but guys are ready to get out there on Saturday and knock some people around and score some points.
Yeah, and let's talk about some of those guys. You have some interesting players joining you this season. Can you kind of highlight maybe one or two of those guys for us?
Yeah, actually we got two of the top quarterbacks. We got one quarterback in the area, Drew Hare out of NIU, was in the Orange Bowl. He was also with the Bears. He has some NFL ties. We had Donovan Portier, actually was New Mexico. He was with Detroit Lions, and also he won 2 most valuable players in arena football, threw for 11 touchdowns in 1 quarter. So I'm happy to have those 2 guys on the roster as well.
Yeah, that's going to be huge. Why did you want to bring this back to St. Louis?
I'll tell you what, after talking with Lee Johnson, my defensive coordinator, one thing that there was no football here other than the Battlehawks, and I became a fan of the Battlehawks because when the Rams left, it was just like, hey, are we going to ever get a team here, arena football team here? So I said, you know what, let me put this together. I talked to some investors and stuff, and it's been working on for about 20 months. So I said, let's do it. Every time I've tried to apply for a job, it's always been out of the country or over the seas, anything like that. So I wanted to bring something back to St. Louis area.
It's interesting to me that it's been kind of a 20-month process that you did start while the Battlehawks were here and doing things. Now they're gone. So right now you're going to be the only football team in St. Louis. Do you think that's going to draw a lot of fans to come out on Saturday?
We're hoping, Angela, to get the fans, and understanding, hey, football is going to be back, and I'm actually making the prices affordable for all the fans to come out and see what product we're going to put on the field. But again, I do want the Battlehawks to come back. I will say that because John and Jay Hayes are good friends of mine. We're hoping that if we bring a championship here to St. Louis, we can probably team up in 2022 and work together. So that's the goal.
Hey, I think that would be a huge thing to have both the Battlehawks and the Bandits hanging out in St. Louis, playing some football. I think people would really like to see that.
Yeah, most definitely. Like I said, with Coach Johnson, my defensive coordinator, he was in the NFL, won a Super Bowl with the Redskins, and he knows the Hayes brothers pretty well. And we got some players from Lindenwood. We got a lot of players from Lindenwood. I'm excited to see what they do on the field. But I tell you what, it'd be great to team up with the Battlehawks and work a lot of different type of fundraising events. So we're excited.
Yeah, no, I think that'd be great. And you said you have a bunch of people from Lindenwood that are going to be playing, so you kind of have a little bit of a local flavor to some of these players that you're going to have with the Bandits.
Yeah, we have Frank Greene. He's from Lindenwood. He's about 6'8", 6'9". He had an awesome training camp. He's very healthy, so glad to know that. We have Kevin Chisholm, wide receiver, also Lindenwood. He's a speedster, so he is looking to actually score some touchdowns for us as well. And again, I wanted to mention now too, Kevin Rogers was with the Rams, Minnesota Vikings, and he's great. He's an all-arena top defensive back, so excited for him as well.
I mean, that's going to be huge. What I think is very interesting is kind of all the other aspects that you're kind of putting together. So, yes, we all know that St. Louisans love football, but you've got some other bells and whistles that you're going to have along with you. There's cheerleaders. You kind of have the whole spirit going.
Yeah. We actually cheerleaders been going on I think, but 3 weeks now, rehearsing and stuff. We're excited about them. We selected 14 dancers. I have 2 choreographers and 1 coach. Lauren's been doing an amazing job putting it together. Actually, they just launched their photos with the new outfits and stuff. So I'm excited to see that, and we're happy to have them aboard. Some of them now former dancers for the ambush. And like I said, I'm excited. I can't wait to see them on the field as well.
I mean, it's going to be a kind of a big party on Saturday. How can people get tickets so they can show up and hang out and cheer on the Bandits?
Well, you can actually go to Ticketmaster, or you can also go to the box office, or you can go to St. Louis Bandits Football.com. But like I said, if you want tickets right away, you can go to Ticketmaster and select your seating and stuff. So again, the tickets would be affordable. All students, college, high school, even junior high, you guys can get in. Just show ID, $5 off, and $6 admission off general admission.
I mean, that's probably going to cause a party atmosphere. I know as the week is gearing up and you're getting closer and closer, is there anything you're nervous about for this upcoming Saturday?
I was talking to one of the coaches last night. You get a little butterflies because you're always trying to see what play. I'm thinking about what play I'm gonna try to come out with, how the defense is gonna play. The team that we're playing against, they've been beating teams 45-0. They beat a team this past weekend 78-6. So we don't have any film on these guys. I just know a few of their ball players that played at some big time schools, but we know it's gonna be a good matchup.
It's going to be a good matchup. Now, I know that we've kind of already talked about everything, but you are also your coach, and you brought this team here. So on Saturday, are you gonna be able to put away all the, is this person talking at the right time? Is the cheerleaders going off at the right time and just focus on coaching?
Most definitely. The one thing, game time, it's all about focus on the game itself. At that time, we'd be just wearing one hat. So ready to put the best 22 on the field. And every game, 22 guys that get activated. When we travel with 23. So the best 22 guys will be on the field.
Like to hear that. Tell everybody one more time where they can go to learn more information about the Bandits and the Arena Football League.
Well, come out. I tell you what, come out on April 17th. Kickoff is 7:05. Doors open up at 6 at the Family Arena. Tickets will be going on sale, and actually now you can go to stlewisbanditsfootball.com.
Love it. Thank you so much for joining me today, Coach.
Thank you, Angela. Thank you guys for having me on.
Now, after you go and get your tickets for the Bandits this coming Saturday, make sure you follow us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. You can always drop us a line at the Daily Mix at stltv.net. We want to hear from you. That's going to do it for the Daily Mix. We keep it right here on STL TV and Experience St. Louis. I'll see you next time.